just want to talk about Liverpool for 5 seconds. Just say I just think they're ruining football at the moment. Like playing five at the back, long throw-ins, 0 shots on target.
They don't do that. They come and play differently against us. They park the bus. We as Liverpool Football Club don't do that. Well, he did. You didn't put
been watching it for the last 6 months?
Yeah, and then five buses he parked.
This episode is sponsored by football's ultimate survival game. Let's see who's the final one standing. Wagwan people, and welcome along to another Fourever Arsenal. We are back in the building. We've got Jack, the hat, in the building. We've got Lee Judges, and subbing in yet again,
Back.
Kenya, back.
Calafiori is back.
Calafiori.
Back in our left back.
What a squad player. What a squad player.
Kenya Dowman.
Yeah.
Put that back.
I like that one. Yeah, I like that one.
I've just had my Dowman titles right in front of me. Right in front of me.
No Curtis today, but we have got Kenya in the building. Of course, we're going to be discussing the Champions League game and looking ahead to a huge game. Lee spoke about it last week, how big it was. It is Arsenal at home for the first time in ages, it seems, against Bournemouth on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. Could be absolutely massive. Also, the show's brought to you today by William Hill's final one standing. The game is back. Beat Robbie, right? The game is back. I know, you all know last time we beat Robbie, I went out in the first round, but this time it's going to be different, man. There's 50 grand up for grabs. And later on, I'm going to be revealing to you who my pick, the pick that I'm going for in this week. The other guys are going to give you their picks as well, but I've got my pick for this week. I'm keeping it close to my chest right now, but I'll reveal that a little bit later on. But first of all, guys, how's everybody been? Lee, how you been? Calm down since last week. Listen,
last week.
I know you have, because I was away with you over there in Portugal. And apart from the weather over there, which was like, literally, we swapped weathers.
Yeah, I saw that.
We literally swapped. Yeah, Portuguese weather became English weather, and English weather became Portuguese weather because it rained, it was cold.
I had my gloves and that on. After the game, it was cold. It was cold,
man.
And then I've got home yesterday. Glorious sun. People walking around in flip-flops and shorts.
And I reckon the previous day was warmer.
Like that.
Yeah, it was
like that for the time that we was over there. Absolute liberty. But other than that, all good.
He's going to have a word at God now.
Yeah.
You listen, sort this weather out.
Summer's here. Listen, I'm going to say it's probably one of the best trips we've had, isn't it?
It's a great trip. Portugal, I love going to.
Lisbon's such a lovely place.
Lisbon's a great city, right? The people are so friendly.
Food's very good.
Food, everything's good.
Food.
You know what I love about when you go to watch games in Portugal? We've been obviously we've done sporting a few times. We've done Porto.
Benfica.
The fans are friendly, man. There's no hint of aggravation. You know what I mean? Everyone's just there to watch a good game of football. They're very passionate about their teams over there, and the mix of the amount of women that go to watch sporting is quite very incredible. You know what I mean? Very.
My friends support
I saw the same at Porto as well. The amount of families that go, as well as they've obviously got their ultras and that. I just find Portugal's a really good place to go and watch a game of football.
Beautiful. I recommend Lisbon if you even for a city break or something like that. You don't really. We didn't realise it until we got to the airport that we was right by the sea. We could have walked to the sea from where we was. You know what I mean? It's just a lovely surroundings. Same time difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is weird. When you go abroad, it's just everything about it.
Big up Vasco, by the way.
Vasco, what a guy.
He's a sporting fan, but he's got a real soft spot for Arsenal, and took us around and was really, really.
Well, he made it better for us, didn't he? I have to say that because he's driving us around the restaurants he took us to. So we were fantastic. And at the end of it, brought me a bottle of wine, which I've got.
Brought me a bottle of wine as well, a nice bottle of red wine.
Has Joe brought it in for you today?
He has brought it in for me, yeah.
Good lad, Joe.
I want to speak about Joe actually, because I saw the coverage of all you enjoying in all Portugal's finest delicacies and exploring the area. And producer Joe in the background, I saw him with his burger and chips at the tables.
That was the best. I saw you guys at the airport.
With his monster.
Right, I had to drop Dad to the airport, right? I saw him at the airport with a Monster. It was like 5 in the morning or something, or 6. What do you mean you're drinking that?
Second one.
Second. Joe, we actually need to intervene on Joe's life.
Well, we try to indulge him, like, you know, but it's hard.
I think a lot of that's to do with the fact that, you know, we do call him Joe Burkamp because he doesn't like flying.
He's against flying.
He hates flying on the way home.
Yeah, so I think the couple of monsters might have something to do.
What, did he sit next to you?
Oh my God, like the flight home, like, you know what I mean?
Like that?
It's bumpy.
Not only bumpy, we're going along the runway, right? And he's broke all of a sudden. I don't know if like something's gone across, and it's gone boom like that. Oh my God, he's gone wee. Yeah, he's in the shakes and everything. He was in a terrible state.
Yeah, he don't like flying.
And then when we're flying, it was a little bit bumpy up there, like, you know what I mean? I looked round. I thought like I thought he's going to freak out.
And he's got like both him and Ryan have got zero culture.
Yeah,
zero. Like,
nil.
The guys have got.
They're disgraces. Burger and chips. Chicken dippers.
Then he was moaning.
And chips.
What was funny about it, right? He's moaning because they just bought him a burger. There was no bun.
He had no bun. And there was a McDonald's next door. Like, he should have gone there. Like,
he said to you, you wanted a burger, you know, because it's quite. And then like he was using all his ketchup and
bloke
had the ketchup. Oh, no, you're going to put the ketchup. Oh, like, him and Ryan, who every week you go with Ryan, all he eats is pizza. He never gets anything else. Remember, that was in Portugal, innit? We all went into this restaurant and that. He goes, I don't fancy it. Next minute we see him go down the road walking with some box.
Yeah, so we see Ryan the box, I call him, because he's just walking around with a box all the time, like a box of pizzas. You know what I mean? But Joe, well.
Yeah. Ryan is worse.
But the game, what about you guys?
It was good. I mean, I've seen a lot of discourse online, because I watched it at home. I've seen a lot of discourse online about people upset about the performance, or people complaining, or we should have won this, or the football wasn't great, or stuff like this. But I personally looked at it as we've gone to a team that have hardly lost all season. They've lost one league game all season. I'm pretty sure Arteta said the last time they lost at home was us in the Champions League. And we've gone there and won with a clean sheet. And I mean, big up David Raya, obviously, unbelievable performance, probably saved us from conceding. But we walked away with a 1-0 win, and we're taking them back to the Emirates. We're looking at a Champions League semi-final for the second time running in 2 years. So I don't know. I don't know if it was different in the stadium or something, but
not for me.
I thought that was a professional win. I was happy with it. Our whole goal is to get to the final. It's a knockout game. We just kept a clean sheet, took a goal back to the Emirates. I wouldn't have took a 0-0 at the start, but when it was 0-0 at the 90th minute, I wasn't like angry. The 1-0 topped everything off, but I thought it was a decent performance. Obviously, we didn't blow them away, but it was professional. It was good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was like, I was watching the game and I'm thinking it's going to be 0-0, and I'm thinking, yeah, you know what, that's a good result, man. We were taken back to our place. But I was thinking to myself, I just want us to win for us, like for our momentum, for what's gone on the last couple of games. Can we get a win? And it was a great goal, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm with you, Jack. Like, I was there and I was like, I thought it was a professional performance. Yeah. It's a quarter-final. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot at stake. It's 2 legs. The emphasis is on Sporting to really attack. I thought that we controlled the game, and then I thought, like, Arteta looked at it and thought, right, we're controlling this game so much. Because remember, we had a goal disallowed. Yeah. We had a few chances. We hit the crossbar. And I think he just looked at it, right, I'm going to make now some attacking...
Yeah, positive
substitutions. With Havertz, Martinelli, Max Dalman. Yep. And let's go on and try and win this game. Let's get a result out of this game. And he got what he deserved with those substitutions that he made. When you compare that to, say, for instance, Liverpool last night, and listen, I understand Liverpool, they're up against PSG. They are a better side, obviously, than Sporting. But when you compare that, they went there and parked the bus. We didn't park the bus. Yeah. We controlled a lot of the game, and then when we saw our opportunity, we seized it. It was a really sensible, professional performance against a good side. They've been very strong at home. They beat PSG there. They've not lost the Champions League game at home this season. We was with Vasco and some other Sporting fans. They were very, very confident that they would get a win in that game.
Yeah, we scored.
Because, you know what I mean, they turned around a 3-0 deficit against Bodo Glimt and won 5-0 there. That was their last big Champions League. They were extremely confident. I think it was a I don't know about everybody else. I thought that was a very professional.
I want to say, just because you spoke about the Liverpool game, I just want to talk about Liverpool for 5 seconds. Just say, like, I just think they're ruining football at the moment. Like, playing 5 at the back, long throw-ins, 0 shots on target.
They don't do that.
Full-back playing on the wing.
No, it's only Arsenal that ruin football.
It's just you're ruining the beautiful game. I'm trying to enjoy football, and I'm watching a Champions League quarter-final. I'm seeing 5 defenders. I'm seeing towels for long throw-ins, 0 shots on target.
No Salah.
I think they thought they could draw a knockout tie or something, and I don't know what was wrong with them. It just makes you think, what's football coming to? Like, watching this Liverpool go on, it can't really go on like that. And just Liverpool, you're representing England and the Premier League, and it's a disgrace, really. And Liverpool should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, and the manager turned around and saying, "Don't do that."
Yeah, of course, Liverpool would never do that.
No, never do that. We don't do that.
Because he's the one always moaning about it.
Complaining. Everybody came. He was. People come and play differently against us. They part the bus. We, as Liverpool Football Club, don't do that. Well, he did. You didn't
Literally
put
been watching it for the last 6 months.
Yeah, and then five buses he parked.
AGT, hold.
Dear idea. Dear idea. So there you go. Before Kenny came, I have to say I watch a different game to a lot of people. Then, like, you know what I mean? And I don't mean to be big-headed when we say this, because you go to the game. I don't think you realise if you're watching it on TV or whatever, the atmosphere. It weren't hostile, but it was like
loud, man.
You can hear them on the TV.
Yeah, well, they were loud. When you got into that ground, this is the great thing about getting someone that knows what they're talking about, like from the perspective of Portugal and what Vesco. When I'm looking at it, like the sides of the ground were empty. Like, you're thinking, God, I haven't filled up their allocation and all that, like, you know what I mean, like, which is really weird. And what it is those fans on the side go into the middle, so they all get into the middle to make this mad atmosphere. So, like, they are full, the stadium's full, but they've all moved into the middle so that they can get all this. And all around it's very noisy. Very noisy. Yeah. So you have to stop that. And the first 10 minutes, big up to David Raya. I didn't even think he saved that. Like, if they score that, it's a different game. You know what I mean? Because they're right on top. We had to nullify that in the first 10, 15 minutes, which is what we did. Then I thought the more the game went on, I thought the more we controlled it. And the substitutions, like, he went from like being this tight, compact side to the last 10 minutes, high and wide. 2 wide players in Dowman and Martin Ødegaard went high and wide, which you didn't see earlier on in the game, and we went for it. And I look at it and I think to myself, like, that was a brilliant, not say perfect, but a brilliant away performance in the Champions League. You know what I mean? You go there, nil clean sheet, 0-0, 1-0. That's take them back to the Emirates, even if it was 0-0. And then I get out, people like, I'm not going to mention names, quite close to me, go, rubbish performance, weren't great, you know what I mean? Like, and I thought, well, I can get it maybe on telly, and like you said, Kenny, it weren't a great game to watch and all that. But when you're in the stadium, it's a little bit more intense, I suppose.
Fascinating watch.
Yeah, I thought it was, Rob. I honestly thought it was. And I think at the end of the day, we don't give ourselves, criticise the game against Southampton, and rightly so. And you know what I mean? Everybody, they deserved all the rubbish that they deserved on that. But when they play like that, and they get the clean sheet and they win the game, you should be a little bit more. I think we're a little bit too quick to criticise. I'm straight in it, like, you know. But when we win, I'm on the other foot. I'm praising them and all that. I couldn't believe a lot of people were saying how poor we was and all that. Like, that's a 1-0 win in the Champions League quarter final.
Do you know what it is, right? I agree with what you guys are saying, but from an attacking point of view, for a large part of that game, we weren't doing what we should have done. I look at Martin Ødegaard. He played 1 pass into the box in 70 minutes. Like, that's the problem that people have. So in terms of defensively, everyone in defence really did their job. I think Ben White got picked out a couple of times. That goal where they hit the cross, that moment where they hit the crossbar actually comes from them just obviously exploiting Ben White, really. But from an attacking point of view, you look at it and it's just like, that wasn't very inspiring. I think Noni Madueke, I kind of give a pass because I think he was trying loads of stuff. He hit the crossbar himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could actually maybe feel his frustration because he's beating players, stuff like that. But in terms of maybe a Trossard, in terms of a Martin Ødegaard, like you look at it and just like, need you to do more. Victor Gyökeres, yesterday in the game was getting in so many great positions. You look to your attacking midfielder to make the pass, he's not making the pass. So I understand why people were still a bit frustrated, because you still see the same issues that we've been talking about all season with some of the same players. Like if we're sat here saying our captain, who's an attacking midfielder, played one pass into the box, you understand why people are frustrated. You understand why people aren't invigorated. You understand why people fell asleep. Like, it's not... Why did it take, again, a 16-year-old kid? Why did it take Martinelli, Havertz to come on for, like, us to actually get into some type of attacking flow?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying about Ødegaard, because he didn't have a great game at all.
He was trash.
I felt he kept going too sideways.
Too deep.
We said it in the game league, we said...
He doesn't
Why
gamble.
is he going and collecting the ball off the defender?
Exactly.
I mean, you got Zubimendi and Rice sitting.
You've got Zubimendi, you've got Rice, you've got Saliba, you've got Gabriel. We're talking about 4 top players this season, right?
Like,
3 of which are probably the best in the position.
Yeah, I didn't understand that, like, you know. But going back to the game overall, I think people need to understand this, right? It's 2 legs. And if you go to, this is the one, I understand it sometimes in the Premier League, when people will moan about that sort of style of play and they'll be like, oh, God, we didn't do enough. And I get it. And you can end up in a draw and things when you really need to go and get a win. I get it. But in this game, it's 2 legs. So you have to have a little bit of caution in there, especially when you're in that first leg, when you're away from home, because the leg can go beyond you.
Yep. Yeah, of course.
Right? You can. We've seen like, say, for instance, with Liverpool now, is that tie beyond them because they've conceded 2 goals? I don't know. We'll have to. But history tells you that if you concede 2 goals
out of 10, you're
to
out.
0, most of the times you are going out. It's too late now. You know what I mean? These are huge advantage. You know what I mean? Same with Barcelona. You know what I mean? They've conceded 2 now. History tells you that they're probably going to go out. So you have to have a bit of caution. That sort of style of play that we moan about sometimes in the Premier League actually does work, kind of, because, you know, you keep it tight, you control a lot of the game. Then that team now, they know that, you know what, we really need to take an advantage back to when we're going to the Emirates. So then they might have a little slip in concentration, or they might go a bit gun-ho, and you can exploit that. Then you get a lead, and then all of a sudden you've got a big advantage when you come home.
Do you know, it's a great point you make there, Robert, and I have to say this. I watched the Barcelona-Madrid game, right? And I can't remember who the commentator was or co-commentator. Their criticism, right, is unbelievable. They criticised Barcelona, right, for going a little bit more attack-minded. They were saying what Barcelona should have done was kept it at 1-0 and keeping the tie, right? The day before, they're saying about Arsenal, they're saying, oh, we've got to go forward. They're absolutely contradicting what they're actually saying. So at the end of the day, they're basically saying that Barcelona were too gun-ho. They should have kept it at 1-0 and then now and then they made it difficult for themselves. So there's no right or wrong, is there? Really, it's how you do. It's about getting the result. Yeah,
there's always a bit of caution in that first, especially that first game when you're away in particular. The emphasis is on Sporting.
Well, exactly.
I mean, the emphasis is on them. You need to really have something to take to the Emirates, right? And really,
kind of like when we played Real Madrid,
based off of the form of Arsenal, which in the, you know, let's not look at Premier League. Just looking at the Champions League, they've won every single game at home. So you really need to take something. So it is natural that they're at home in front of their own fans. They're going to be more on the attack than we are. They're going to be more on the front foot. And it is natural that we're looking at it and thinking, right, if we can get them back, even with a draw, there's loads of fans. This is the thing that will annoy me sometimes with some fans, because they'll moan about the performance, but there'll be a load of them. If you poll half of them, they'll be like, I'll take a draw and get back to our place. So, you know, so there is naturally sometimes a more cautious approach in that first leg when you're away from home. Then it's like, right, when we get you at home now we're going to be more on the attack. We're going to, you know. So I thought it was a professional performance.
I do agree with you, but I also just feel like with the amount of possession that we had, the way we controlled the game, you do want to see more. You do, like, it's not outlandish for fans to say, oh, I want my captain to create more. Do you know what I mean? I want us to have a few more chances. Like, do you know what I mean? If you go into that first leg and you win 2-0, you're going even more confidence going back home. Of course, 1-0 is brilliant, but like just based on how we played in that game, you do want to see a bit more. And I do think there is a bit of a question mark in the sense that, like, okay, I understand we don't have Saka playing. I understand Eze's not there, but like, you still want to see a bit more. You still want to see a bit more. And I think, I'm not saying that you guys are almost like writing off maybe how the level of frustration that fans feel when they watched it, and I actually understand it.
I understand what you're saying because if you look at it from an entertaining point of view and what you're saying to the fans and all that, Gyökeres, you know, is on fire at the moment, and goals and all that. He was so isolated in that game. Yeah. So isolated. I'm not, you know, I'm prepared to just say, like, I'm giving you a pass because every time he got the ball, there was no one there. Because the man that should be near him is Martin Ødegaard. I'm not slagging Martin Ødegaard off here when I say it's because he might be under orders. We don't know, like, you know what I mean? He's picking the ball up off his central defenders and playing 1-2s with Declan Rice on the halfway line when he should be doing those 1-2s at the edge of the box with Gyökeres. That's where it should be. So I don't know if it was a tactical thing or not. When he goes off, I don't know if it was to wear him down, Kenya, or whatever. Like when Havertz come on, he was that little bit closer to him, and it works. So is it a tactical thing of like, oh, we wear them down and then like we bring on the attacking part? I don't know.
I think it's confusing because I don't know if you guys saw Gabriel Jesus just did an interview with Rio Ferdinand. Yeah. And he came out and said that him and Eze have a bit of frustration between each other, a bit of, you know, argy-bargy between each other because Jesus keeps telling him stop dropping back and getting the ball. He said he wants you to have at least 20 touches every single game in the attacking third. And he sits in the tunnel before the game and tells Ebbs, I'm counting, from now I'm counting. Because he said that Eze keeps dropping too deep. But then I think when Eze's in the 10, that's the same position Ødegaard's playing. So is Jesus saying that to Ødegaard, or is Ødegaard just doing that off himself? Because if you've got the players telling Eze to get forward and take more touches, is that Arteta telling Ødegaard not to do the same as Eze? Or
Arteta's already come out and said, I don't tell him to do that. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? He's already come out and said, I don't want you to drop deep. You don't need to drop deep. Like, I just feel like you don't even need the manager to tell you.
He said that after the game?
No, he said that like a couple of months ago.
I know Jesus
definitely
spoke about it. He definitely spoke about Eze and he needs to have more touches. But we can slate Ødegaard, well, not even slate, but criticise Ødegaard. But the only thing I would say is that Declan Rice and Zubimendi, like, great, mainly Declan Rice with Zubimendi, especially at the start of the season, been great. But I think the level and technical quality, I think that we saw from a Portuguese league team that maybe some of us in the Premier League might look down on, or people around Europe might look down on. I thought the general average technical quality of like receiving the ball, quick passes, drop of the shoulder, the jinx, I thought their midfield was like looked so much technically like superior to us. Considering name-wise, £100 million Declan Rice, big Zubimendi, European winner, Ødegaard, Real Madrid, Arsenal captain. It just made me think that maybe like, do we overrate some of it in terms of midfield aspect? Because we're quite quick to get into our attackers.
That midfield.
Declan Rice was the best midfielder in that game.
Physically,
not just physically.
Technically, we were not at the level of Sporting's midfielders. That's a fact.
What did they create?
Technically, do you not see, like, even for example, their centre backs playing Trivela passes to send their play through?
Okay, and what came from that?
They created long range.
Okay, is that a goal?
But it's more I saw them intent. I saw quick.
I mean, Trincão's a good player. Yeah, I mean, but I disagree with you. I
completely disagree. Declan Rice was unbelievable.
But he's not Rice, man.
I genuinely thought Declan Rice could have won man of the match. He was unbelievable. He swept up everything. The amount of possession he won in that game was unbelievable.
You had midfield players.
What's going on with you?
Yeah, midfield players, right? You saw Declan. I see. I don't know. Like Lee said, sometimes when you're in the game, you can see it. They get the ball. They see
They're thinking, right, it's Declan Rice.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even going to even bother to try and take him on. I'm not getting past him. I'm not going around him. And then technically, I thought he was good.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not disputing Declan Rice's quality in 99% of his game. He's arguably the best midfielder in the world, in my opinion. But I'm saying technical-wise, I'm talking receiving the ball half turns, breaking the lines, 1-2s, dropping the shoulders. do we need him and Zubimendi? Because are you telling me that him and
Yes,
Zubimendi are
we do.
technical
Zubimendi had a
midfielders?
good game though.
But are you telling me they're technical midfielders?
I think Zubimendi's
Yes,
a
they
technical
are.
So
midfielder.
that's your opinion. I'm just asking if you
Zubimendi's
generally think that.
line-breaking passes this season have been absolutely fantastic.
You think so?
Yes, we do. Yes, 100% I do. Think about some of the games we've played where that guy's played one brilliant line-breaking pass. You can't say that based off one game.
No, it's not based off one game.
And it was a great strike by
But you are, though.
Zubimendi. He's
No, it's not
unlucky.
based off one game.
He's
You are,
unlucky.
though.
He's offside.
Technical quality is not at the level.
Do you think his strike was a great strike? Curled it in. Like,
I'm not saying he's
That
goal,
guy's
there's a difference between
That's
goal
technical,
scoring.
isn't it?
There's the difference between goal scoring and look at PSG's midfield or Bayern Munich's midfield. The pace that they play at, the vertical passes.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah, the pace I can agree with.
It's different. No, I'm not talking. And this is the thing. It's not sprint. I'm not talking physical paces in quickness. I'm talking quickness with the ball.
Yeah,
the technicality
I'm not
of
disagreeing
it.
with that.
I don't think that it's at the level of some of the conversations we've got.
I agree with what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but Arsenal play it differently.
I think it's a style of play.
Arsenal play with those two midfield players into control. It's not like necessarily. I hear what you're saying, like there's the quick
Zubimendi's technical,
but they're very, very technical. But it's in a different way. More
the style of it. I think it's more the style of play.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
Yeah.
And that's why we're moaning, Jack, like, because I think it's those two control the game.
They could do a little bit more of that. Is what Jack's
But I
saying.
think that's where Ødegaard, like, that's why we're saying, why do you need to drop back
Exactly,
in?
that's my point.
You now, because almost when I was watching him play, it's almost like he's got a free roll. He can roam
He can
around
go
wherever
anywhere he wants.
Yeah? But he's roaming around so deep all the time. No, you got
Why
Declan
are
Rice
you
and
shoulder to
Zubimendi. They
shoulder
got
with
that.
Saliba?
They got it. You now roam around in that.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ødegaard needs to be further forward.
And start putting some.
I think that, look, listen, it's hard to criticise because it's away in a Champions League game, Europe quarter-final.
Yeah.
I will be doing my absolute nut if I see him doing that on Saturday.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I might even have to get on the pitch and throw him off.
Because that's when it's a different game. We need to win that game there and then.
Yeah, I'm giving him a little bit of a pass that maybe that was just to keep control and whatever.
It better
but
be.
if we've got those two in, he has got to be 10, 15, 20 yards for. And his 1-2s, what he was doing with Declan Rice,
That
and
was
bringing the
driving me
ball off.
nuts.
That. They've got to be with.
Why are you doing wonders?
His wide players and also, which he has done in the past.
He's got to be stronger as well.
I've not seen us as technically assured in midfield, in my opinion, since Jorginho and Declan Rice pivot. I think that's the best partner Declan Rice has had at the club. I'm not slating Zubimendi, I'm saying.
He was a wonderful player,
Jorginho and Declan Rice, that was the perfect partnership. The way Jorginho would just sit, he always made the right pass, he was always in the right position.
A gifted player.
He was unbelievable.
I have to say,
I'm not disagreeing that was also a good pivot, but I also think you've got memory loss from this season.
Zubimendi's a step up.
Zubimendi this season has come in. He's coming in his first season. He's coming in this first season and being one of the best sixes in the league.
Jorginho didn't have the legs when we had him.
I think technically
he's on a different level.
I used to watch him quite a lot.
I think technically Zubimendi's very, very good.
He's brilliant.
I think he's very good technically.
Yeah, but he's athletically got a bit more than Jorginho.
Oh, of course, athletically.
But I think with Jorginho had to use his footballing brains.
His
and skills.
IQ seemed higher.
Yeah, because he didn't have the legs to do it.
Yeah.
And it was something that I admired. You know what I mean? I think Zubimendi's.
He's fantastic. I think Jack's got memory loss.
Now, I understand what Jack's saying. He's not one of these players. I get what he's saying.
He's not Neves. He's not.
He's going to get on the half turn and then drive into feet. That's not his game.
But Vitinho should be Ødegaard.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not seeing that.
I think that, we're looking at it.
A few seasons ago, he was that person.
And that's when he played far forward. That's when he was one of our furthest forward players. Now you've got him literally next to your centre-back. Think about Ødegaard's best 2 seasons. He was one of the most furthest forward players. Now you've got him, literally shoulder to shoulder with Saliba. I was like, why are you stood next to Saliba? What are you doing? Get up the pitch.
Can I ask a question, Kenny? Like, you watched it on set. Did you think Martin Ødegaard had a poor game or a good game?
He was rubbish.
Okay.
He was rubbish.
I don't think he's rubbish.
I thought he was okay, but I don't think he was.
I didn't think he had a great game.
This is the problem, right? We need to deep what Martin Ødegaard's position is. Martin Ødegaard's a 10. He's not a DM.
Right, as a 10, he's rubbish.
He's not a centre-back. So, I'm sorry, just because you did a few passes to Declan Rice, that's not your job. Your job is to get the ball into Gyökeres. What did Gyökeres get in that game? Zilch, nothing. So to me, I look at it like you in that position against Sporting, you failed in your position because you didn't create anything. You didn't make any great pass. You played one pass into the box. That's your job. Your job is, you're supposed to be playing at least 5-6 passes into the box. You're supposed to be, do you know what I mean, helping your wide players. He didn't do any of that.
He's the one that can knit it all together.
Yeah, and you're supposed to knit all that together. No, you're doing shoulder. You're doing the centre back shift. What is that? What was the point? Havertz came on in 10 minutes and did much more. So to me, it was a bad performance for him. You didn't do your job.
Regardless, we got the job done. You know, 1-0 win puts us in a really strong position for next week. Do you think we'll go through?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty shocked if we didn't. I mean, I don't think we're going to maul them at the Emirates, but I think, I'm not going to give my predictions yet, but I think we'll go through. I am kind of worried about Atletico. I think Lee mentioned earlier, I was kind of hoping we'd get Barcelona, just style of play-wise. I know we did really well against Atletico early in the season.
Atletico did pretty well against them, didn't we?
But then last season we had the same thing. We looked really good against PSG early on in the stages, and then look what happened.
You think they're as good as PSG?
No, of course not. But it's more the fact of last season we played PSG early, we beat them, and we sort of went into that confidence of, we beat them earlier, we can do it again. But this season, same thing with Atletico. I just think the style of play-wise, you know, we've had a bit of PTSD at their stadium in away knockouts as well.
But we played them. You're thinking about that was how many years ago? 4?
Mate, I was there.
I was there.
Yeah, I was there in the stadium when Griezmann was doing.
Why can't you remember the more recent one? Where was it 4-0?
Smoked them 4-0.
No, of course.
What's that semi-final you're talking about?
Yeah, Europa League.
Yeah.
Europa League.
Why not remember the more recent one? You're going so far back.
No, because of course, it was a great win.
Do you know what, Jack? I hear what you're saying, but I'm going to say this now. They were a far better team then.
Yeah, of course. They were.
And we weren't. I think the roles have reversed now.
We're a way more fearful team than back then. Back then they were probably thinking, they
went on and won it.
Now they're going to be thinking, wow, we've got a game here, of course.
They went on and won it, but like...
I don't know. I would have took Barcelona.
I think I'd rather take Atletico Madrid than Barcelona, man. But, you know, Barcelona...
They're individual brilliant.
It's a real funny thing because, and I don't care, like, not what we was all talking about, you know, because you might not be here for that game and whatever, we're all going, we're going Barcelona. Not one person turned around and said Madrid.
I know people who are like, I'm going to take a chance that we'll get passport in. There's a few people I know.
And go
Barca.
Not one person.
I messaged one of them yesterday. I say, you might have to change that booking, man. You never know. You know what I mean?
How far is Barcelona and Madrid? It's a bit of a trek.
It's a trek, mate. It's very far.
It's first win at Nou Camp in like 29 years.
Yeah.
But I did say Atletico would win.
I'd like to go to the new, because it's all new, isn't it?
Yeah.
See what it's like, you know what I mean? Like, Madrid's a nice city as well, like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, let's just get there first. We ain't there yet.
Very hostile atmosphere, Metropolitano.
Very hostile atmosphere. We've been there, but it's a loud stadium, man.
Yeah,
but,
very, very loud.
But, you know what I mean? Like, listen, I don't even think we think that far ahead yet.
Yeah,
because we don't even know if they'll get, because Barcelona are the sort of team who could turn that around as well.
Yes.
So, but you feel we can get
Sporting, I mean, especially with a 1-0 lead.
What about you guys?
Yeah. I back the team.
Somebody said to me yesterday, I can't remember, it was like, you know, Porto travel like a Portuguese wine, not very well.
We're not playing Porto.
We're not playing Porto.
Portuguese wine, I said, didn't I?
Yeah, he said Portuguese.
Yeah, but he said Porto travel.
Oh, well, Porto and Sporting, like, they don't travel well, like, you know.
Okay, well, hopefully we get through. Of course, we've got the second leg next week, Wednesday at the Emirates. So, big game again. Listen, we're not through yet. It's only half time, but 1-0 advantage Arsenal. All right, let's go through this week's picks. Yeah, I'm going with that, Man United. Aston Villa, I'll go with that.
Based on what?
Based on this, mate, the ball knowledge. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing here.
And how have you got this gig on the ball knowledge you've got? Unbelievable.
I think I'll go for this one.
Do you?
Yeah. And if you think you can beat me, I'm going to be doing my predictions each and every week.
And you can do your predictions every week as well.
Big game coming up this weekend. Just before we get into that, right, just got to remind everybody that this show's brought to you today by William Hill's Final One standing game, and the big game is back. Beat Robbie, right? Beat Robbie, a chance to win
£1.07p. Chance to win £1.07p, everybody.
A chance to win grand. Yeah, 55,000 people beat me last time, right?
Shock.
Because you know what? I went for Liverpool, right? I went for Liverpool to beat Nottingham Forest at Anfield. Would you not have maybe gone for that?
Not if you went for
This
it.
is not
Guys,
right now.
wait,
it's not right
guys,
now, but this was earlier on in the
Guys,
season.
I told him not to do it. Liverpool hadn't won in the last 3 games. I told him not to do it. He was like, no, I'm going to pay it. He was there doing that. I told him, and he still went and did it. So that's why he got £1.
So realistically, how this works now is the team that you're going to go for.
Right, so let me explain the rules.
We don't want to go for that.
we don't
team.
want
So let's explain the rules, right?
Right,
Of
yeah,
course, right.
explain
You've
the
got
rules
to pick
here.
a team that's going to win, right? They have to win. If they draw or they lose, you are out, right? And that's why, obviously, Liverpool lost, so I went out, right? Straight away.
So you don't have to beat Robbie this week. You've got to, but at some stage,
Stay
you've
in
got
there
to beat
longer.
him.
You got to stay in. You got to stay in the competition longer than I do.
Right. So it ain't just
Right.
about knocking you out straight away.
No. You got to stay in the competition longer than I do. Right. Chance to win £50,000. That's the pot. Last time, as I said, because I went out so early, it just got split amongst all the people who stayed in, and they all won £1.7 each, which was
£1.7.
It was awful.
I couldn't even buy a cup of coffee.
If you think you can test me, bring it, right? You know what I mean? I'm ready for it this time. I've learnt from my mistakes last time, right? All you got to do is download the William Hill app, scan the QR code, or hit the link in the description below if you've got to beat Robbie. Now, remember, you can't go for the Arsenal game. That's a 12:30 kickoff. You can't go for the Wolves versus West Ham game. That's on Friday. It's the 3 p.m. kickoffs onwards, yeah? So think about the games that are coming up this weekend, right? You've got to be 18 plus, based in the UK or Ireland only. Gamble responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. I am now about to tell you, before we start to talk about Arsenal's game against Bournemouth, who I am going to go for this weekend. And then these guys will tell us who they're going for. I'm going for Manchester United to beat Leeds United. That is the game that I'm going for. Manchester United, it's a hot rivalry. Leeds it needs points, right? Man United are still going for that top 5. I'm going for Manchester United to beat Leeds United on Monday night.
Seriously, there's not a real one there that you can turn around and say he's a certainty, isn't it?
Go on, you like an all mouth thing.
I'll
Pick
give
something
him
different.
one, mate. I'm going there. I'll tell you what. I'll lock it in now. Sunderland.
Oh, Sunderland to beat Spurs.
The worst team in the league, they are.
See,
New manager bounce.
New
So
manager
what?
bounce.
Still the worst team in the
Roberto
league.
De Zerbi.
They're not the worst team in the league. I'd say the worst team on current form. So.
Ooh,
See,
that's brave. That's
I can't
brave.
trust any of these.
Because
you
that
know
could,
what?
I know, man.
Could I back Aston Villa because I know they're both playing in Europe.
They've been
but
what for us to win, though, don't
I don't really care. What's it
What
got
do
to
I
do? with it?
do?
Spurs.
Spurs. Get relegated.
Oh yeah. Actually, that's
Yeah,
true.
but you got to go with. See, this is the thing. When you're doing this, you got to go with.
Well,
what?
listen, Rob. I'm
Go
not.
with your head.
With all due
Not your
respect,
heart,
I know you're not giving us
if I'm going to listen to somebody, it's not you.
All right.
Like, at the end of the day, right?
Man United versus
£1.7p, half the nation got, like, yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's really worth listening
All right,
to you.
I'll keep
like,
my mouth shut. You lot
yeah,
do.
thank you.
Yeah, Man United versus Leeds is probably the safest bet because Brentford.
Really?
Because Brentford versus Everton is a 6-pointer. They're literally they're on the same points.
I'm ready.
You can't trust Brighton. I'm pretty sure Brighton didn't beat Burnley last time in the reverse fixture. I can't remember. And Crystal Palace and Newcastle.
Right, you've named them all. You go.
Yeah, but what you, Robbie Love,
Go around
I'm
the
related to him by any chance.
He's related to me.
What are you going for then?
I think I will go Man United as well.
Yeah.
Can't Jack, don't let me
trust
down.
anyone.
I've got the easiest pick, and you might laugh at this, but it's a win-win. I'm backing Man City. I'm backing Man City to beat Chelsea. What?
See, I can't do that. But they
Because then if they
didn't
don't-
even beat them at the Etihad.
Yeah, but do you think I
didn't
care about
even-
beating Robbie if we're going to win the league?
Yeah, but they didn't even beat them at the
I'm backing
Etihad.
Man City.
Hey, Grand Man City.
They didn't
Man
even
City.
beat them at the Etihad though.
I'm
And they
backing
were
Man City.
cruising the game and Enzo Fernandez scored right at the end.
Man
Literally
City.
over the line, or was it João Pedro?
They
it's a win-win for me.
they
It's a
must be
win-win.
favourites to win that. I don't know, that's a tough
Win-win,
one.
mate.
City are favourites to win that. Yeah.
No Reece James, win-win, mate.
So we've all gone different. No, you
no,
two
it
have
is.
gone.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to go Man United. I can't
You're
trust
gonna go
Brighton.
Man United,
I can't
yeah?
trust Brighton, man.
Okay, cool.
Different teams.
All right, so there you go. I've gone for Man United and so has Kenya to beat Leeds. Lee has gone for Sunderland to beat Tottenham. And Jack has gone Man City to beat Chelsea, right? So what are your picks? Remember, you've got to do it before 3 p.m. on Saturday. And as I said,
Do them
gamble
now.
responsibly.
Do them now.
Right? Download the William Hill app, The link is in the description. T's and C's apply. You must be over 18 and based in the UK or Ireland only, right? Of course, guys, the big one for us, there's 2 big games for us this weekend. The big one, of course, is us.
Yeah.
At home, 12:30 kickoff against Bournemouth. We beat them at their place, but it was a very,
tough win.
Tight game. Remember, as Krupe scored, made it really
brilliant
interesting.
Goal right at the end.
But we managed to hang on and win the game. Bournemouth in recent weeks, they haven't lost many games. They've been drawing. It seems to be the draw specialist.
Them and Brighton.
Lots of games. They haven't played for weeks.
Yeah, they haven't
the last game they played was United, weren't they? They had that 2-2 draw where they were a bit lucky with a couple of decisions in there.
Like United.
Don't always travel as well as they are. They're a much better team at home. But they have got players that if you're not on it, they can hurt you. Guys like Krupe, guys like that
Kluivert, Tavernier.
that Ryan, Kluivert, you know what I mean? Evan Nilsson.
Yeah, Evan Nilsson.
You know what I mean? But the defence can be got at. This game is absolutely massive. I'm going to kick off with Lee because he spoke about it the other day and said how he feels that this game was bigger than the quarter-final of the FA Cup and bigger than the quarter-final of the Champions League.
Biggest game I think Arsenal have probably had at the Emirates. This is how big this game is. And I'll tell you why this is a big game, right? Because if Arsenal win this game, they go 12 points clear. If Arsenal do not win this game, right, the way it's panned out now, and we was to lose at Man City the following week, Manchester City play Burnley now, before we play Newcastle. That points gap could be none by the time we play Newcastle. Imagine the pressure if that was there, like, you know what I mean? That is why we have to win this game. Have to win this game. And there's going to be pressure on it. There's no 2 ways about it. I'm starting getting nervous feelings about it now, like, you know what I mean? This is the game. I honestly believe if Arsenal win this game, we're going to win it. I think if Arsenal lose this game, we're not going to win it. That is how big this game is for us. I really do, because I think, if you put 12 points, that's putting pressure on Man City. You know what I mean? And before we, then we go to the Etihad. It's going to, but we've got another game in front of that, So listen, a loss can see. How I look at it, we could go into the Etihad game after that game. We could go into the Newcastle game, possibly 12, 11, 15 points in front, right? If we get things right against Bournemouth. If we don't get things right against Bournemouth, we could be going in 0 points or 1 point. That is how big a difference, points gap, this one game means. It's not just 3 points on Saturday. It's more than that. Psychologically, it's a point shift and everything like that. And we're playing for 3 points, but it's more than that. And we just got to get over the line and win this game. It's a massive, massive game. Massive game.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I'm kind of worried. I think I predicted when we did our predictions for the rest of the season, I think I did predict us to win. But I don't know, Bournemouth are tough, man. And they're also one of the better teams. I think I saw a stat that, like, in terms of passes between their defenders, they've made more than anyone this season in the league. So they're comfortable having the ball at the back, putting that deep block in when they need to. Yes, they're a lot more effective at home.
Concede a lot of goals, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, they're a lot more effective at home than away from home. But I don't know, man. I think the nerves, I think the pressure. But the only thing I'm hoping for is the Jurriën Timbers fit. I mean, we haven't seen him in a while now. Yeah. I saw rumours he might be back for the Sporting, so I'm hoping they just rested him for that. And know it'd be more fit.
Rumours are, by the way, well, not rumours. Eze's in training today, so it looks like he could be back. Although Ødegaard wasn't seen in training, had a little bit of a knock the other night. But it could be that Eze could be back for this game.
Saka too.
Saka could be back.
We haven't heard much from him, but I hope so. I mean, I think for me personally, I just want to see Timber in just because I think Ben White's had a few ropey ones. Obviously, not bad performances, but I do think we missed that like solid, reliable right back in terms of, a lot of pressure on the game.
Just for your information, in training today, just today, because obviously, there's still a couple of days to go to the game, but there's no Ødegaard seen, no Saka, no Jurriën Timber, no Calafiori, no Pierre Nketiah was seen in training today. that doesn't always mean.
Yeah, load man.
Yeah, it doesn't always I mean, Trossard wasn't seen
They
in
go away and do
Yeah,
different things.
and also a lot of them, can I just say, right, because I keep seeing there's a big emphasis keeps getting put on what's the people seeing open training.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Well, that's what they want to show us.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, I mean, if you've got the cameras on training, which they're never going to show you, but what you see in open training is what Mikel Arteta wants you to see, and we already know that he loves a little bit of deception.
The pens thing, did you see
in
that?
there, yeah. So, that doesn't necessarily mean...
And they're doing recovery at the moment. So it's a recovery session today.
Ødegaard's just come back from injury.
Yeah, so because of... and Calafiori, they manage that, like, you know what I mean? So, and as you say, like, what they're doing behind closed doors is a completely different thing.
Yeah. But it's a massive game, Kenya.
Yeah, it's huge. Bournemouth last season did the double over us for the first time in their history. So,
It made me feel worse.
Yeah. So, no, I just had to bring that up. I mean, even in that game, we didn't play very well. I'm pretty sure that game was after we played PSG in the first leg as well. But it's absolutely massive. We have to win. We have to win. I just see it as like, we've got 7 games now. You have to, at the very least, win 5 of those last 7. Do you know what I mean? To win the league. We need to, just take out the Man City element. It's, as Kai Havertz said, we have seven big games left in the league. We just have to lock in and win them. And as I've been saying all season, do you want to win the league? That is my question. Do you want to win the league? If the answer is yes, you know what to do. It's lock in. It's make no excuses. It's to create. It's to defend. Do you know what I mean? It's to just... You look in those last 7 games, you could be saying on, May 24th or whatever, you've won the Premier League, you're an Arsenal legend, you've made history for this club, you've brought back, the biggest trophy in the league for us. So we just need to... Because the reality is we are a better team than Bournemouth. The table doesn't lie.
Yeah, they're 13th in the league.
Yeah.
Right, their last 6 games, they've drawn 5, won only 1 of them.
Yeah.
Right? They concede a lot of goals. Yeah. I think you were saying to me this morning, Kenny, only Burnley have conceded more goals than them this season, right? If Arsenal want to win the league and you're playing Bournemouth at home, I know ways of, at home, they have to win this game. As far as I'm concerned, this is a must-win game. I'm looking at the games that we got left. Like you said, Lee, this will put us in a great position. We win this game. Games are ticking down now. So every game you win, the likelihood that it gives City a big problem. No matter whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. If we do our job.
No matter what they're doing, every time we win a game, it gives City a big problem. And we want to put pressure on them ahead of that game, because the game against Chelsea, for City, even though Chelsea, I don't know what, they seem to be on some self-destruct Chelsea at the moment. They're suspending Enzo.
Bring Uncle back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know madness they're doing. But listen, Chelsea...
João Pedro Rise.
Most people make Man City favourites to win that, but it won't be easy going to Stamford Bridge to get a win. What you want to do is heap a lot of pressure onto Manchester City and say, all right, go on then, over to you. And we can only do that by winning this game, right? And that's why I was so glad the other night that we got that win. Because now we're not coming off the back of 3 defeats or 2 defeats and a draw. We're coming off the back of a win. And you can now sort of, put a narrative on and say, well, you know what, Raya never played in any of those 2 defeats. Now Raya's back. Certain players are, certain... And as I said last week, now you can just go for it. We're out of those 2 competitions, whether we like it or not. Poor performances in both of them, but we're out now. There's 2 competitions to go for. You ain't got to think about resting no man for this. You ain't got to think about rotating. Whoever's fit and is the best player.
Get on the Lucozade.
Yeah, that's the hard look on it. Yeah. No, even getting clever about it.
Exactly.
Right? I don't want to see Arteta getting clever, thinking, I've got...
Tinkering here and there.
Next week I've got, Sporting. Sporting's not until Wednesday. We're playing this game on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Go for it with the strongest possible team that you can put out. That's what I want to see from now till the end of the season. Get that win. And it's all about momentum, because you get that win, that also gives you momentum going into, and we haven't been at home for a while as well.
Can I ask you wouldn't rotate a couple for Sporting?
For Sporting? No.
only one
Every game in front of Arsenal.
Who do you
now,
want to see in?
I just want to see.
Who would you bring?
Lee, for me, unless somebody
100% from Man City.
Unless somebody's heavily fatigued or injured, every single game, especially after those last two that I just saw, right? Prior to Sporting, every single game, strongest team. Strongest team. All the others, you have to wait you know what I mean?
Yeah, you had your opportunity.
When you come in, you do your bits like what I saw in Havertz. I love the response.
And Martinelli.
That was a fantastic finish, by the way. We didn't even talk about that.
And Martinelli,
the other night. Yeah,
First touch. His first touch.
First touch, the way he killed it, and then also with his other foot, the way he slotted that. That's
The
great
first
goal.
touch does it all, Rob.
Yeah.
That ain't easy, by the way.
Possible team out there.
Do we know our strongest team?
Yeah.
But if Eze's fit, he comes in for me.
Yeah.
Do you think Eze
Right, so-
over Havertz? In the 10?
Absolutely.
I don't really like
Without
Havertz in the
question.
10. I thought he came and made a great impact when he came on in that era, but I don't like him starting in that 10. I think Eze is a guy who started
What about
in
the
the 10.
wingers and left back?
Saka.
Wingers.
Piero Hincapié left back. Timber right back.
Dowman starts for me on Saturday.
Same. That's what I was going to say. I think he
Whether
starts
it
on the
be
right.
number 10 or wide right, he starts for me.
Yeah.
And I'll be damn well.
No, I'd start Eze in number 10, definitely.
I'll start Dowman on the right. If you're talking about strongest team in terms of who has been our best players recently, in form, currently, Dowman has to play.
Yeah,
I
think
Dowman plays in front of Eze for me
I
as well.
think I'd play. No, Eze's done. Remember recent in the Champions
not
League.
in the last couple. He ain't
What do you
been
mean?
there.
Yeah, in the last couple
He
he's
ain't
not
been there.
Yeah, but
Dowman
when-
has.
up until when he got injured, he played.
Yeah, but he hasn't played for
Brilliant.
3-4 weeks. Dowman has.
I can understand Eze in the 10. I'm with you on
Eze
that.
scored
But on the
goals,
right,
he's-
it's got to be Dowman, man.
Yeah,
Saka's had
okay.
a poor season. Madueke's going to run it off the pitch. It's got to be Dowman.
Madueke was good the other night, though.
Yeah, but he's the most
was very good the other
hot and cold, most hot and cold player.
True, but he was. I don't know.
You call him the tap.
The thing with me and Dowman
That's
is
actually
just
a good
that I'm just wondering.
Worried about his age.
No, it's nothing to do with his age.
No, I'm down.
Nothing
So
to do
what are
with
you
his
worried
age.
about then?
No.
the best player.
It's not.
You're
it's
saying
not-
about Eze.
Hold on. It's not a worry, Lee. It's just that I'm thinking, is he better as an impact player? It's a bit like Martinelli. Martinelli as an impact player is really
that's
good.
fair.
Same with Dowman. Like little later on, tiring legs.
Yeah, wins
all of
loads
a
of
sudden,
fouls,
this young
dribbles
kid
well.
comes on. He's tricky. I don't know which way he's going, and I don't know. I just think he's kind of better. I'm just
a fair
saying. I'm
point.
not saying he can't start, but I would probably not start him.
That's a fair
I
point,
would
to
say.
be honest.
I just think as an impact, that guy comes on, you're a defender, you're like, I saw it the other night.
Yeah.
You can see that those guys.
That guy had him in a headlock.
They obviously knew about Dowman
Yeah.
because he's no longer a secret. But they didn't know what to do. They were like, yo, I'm not sure with this kid, man. Soon as he tried to do, the first time he did a little move, tried to jink, the guy just chopped him down.
Yeah.
I think that Dowman is I think I want to see him as an impact.
I do think that's a fair point.
I'm
That's
starting
just
him.
me.
Yeah, no, of course, opinion. I just think Dowman is, if we go like you said, I agree, strongest team possible. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, strongest team possible right now.
Who'd you go on the left?
Left, it's always left will never have an answer. If you say you have an answer for left winger, you're lying.
Left is vibes.
It's Flipper Cohen, heads Martinelli, tails Trossard.
Max Dalman, can't you play on the left?
Yeah, I wish you could.
Who would you play on the left Saturday then?
I
guess it has to be Martinelli, innit? Because
what he done?
Because he come on and he just changed the game. That pass that he played was brilliant.
And then it'll
Like
get
that guy
half
said the other
time.
day, Lee, you start with 10 men and you bring one on after 5 minutes. Because they're both better off coming off the bench.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mad, isn't it?
Unless you put Noni Madueke over there, but I think he's wasted.
No.
To me, I think he's wasted on the left.
Could Dowman play on the left? I think it's too.
Nah, just keep him. I think.
I'm playing Dowman. I'll be really disappointed if he's not playing because, you know, form.
If Saka's fit, I think I'll
No
start
way.
Saka.
If Saka comes in place of Dowman,
After what he's been doing,
Saka's on the bench, Robbie.
Or I think I'd then maybe start Madueke. I think Madueke. I think I want. Madueke had a good game the other night.
I don't know what I want.
And I just feel
I just
that
wanna
I
win.
want the impact
what I care
of
about.
Max Dalman.
What about the impact of Saka?
Yeah, Saka replaces Dowman. 20 minutes from the end.
I think.
You bring in Bukayo Saka on with 20 minutes to go, 0-0.
Yeah, I hear that.
Same thing, but hey, our wingers need to step up.
Yeah, but you could also say that for Max Dalman because that's what we did against Everton, and he changed the game completely.
Yeah, but Dalman's earned his start, Saka hasn't. Especially
just say
past
about
like 2
Dowman.
months.
Last week, Southampton, he was man of the match.
Yeah, he was.
Right. He come on against Everton. I know that's a long while ago. He was outstanding, right? He come on yesterday, 20 minutes. Whenever it was, 20 minutes ago. Done okay.
The cup game.
Right.
He didn't do anything.
He
He
has to start. He has to start. He's the best player. He is our best player up front.
Right now,
on current
attacking
form.
player.
Do you think he's better at impact coming off the bench? Do you think that like he's more devastating?
I'll say it again, Rob. I'll say it again. Do you want me to write this down? Right, I'll say it again.
Go on.
He was our best player against Southampton. He didn't come on. He started the game.
What's been his best performances for Arsenal?
Everton, maybe.
Yeah, off the bench.
I don't know if it was a performance.
Mansfield, he was best player.
I was going to say Mansfield was really good.
Best player.
But then also that's...
Most devastating performance off the bench.
Yeah. Even when you think
I'll bring him on.
Even when you think when we played like Leeds at the start of the season, he comes on, he wins a penalty. That was off the bench.
Yeah,
well.
I just think like
that's actually a fair point.
When he comes off the bench, man, he's a big problem.
Yeah. Without like
you know that he's got more of an impact coming off the bench than Madueke.
You want to win this game, like, if you're bringing on Dowman with 20 minutes to go against Bournemouth, like my head's gone.
I'd rather have our best player have more minutes
because it's Well, I'm out. I've tapped out by this time. I'd be like on the floor. I can't go through another game like Everton.
Yeah, well,
I can't go through that.
We can't go through another game like that. Cecil can't go through another game with you.
Players and play them.
I know.
Yeah, just play him.
Play him.
I love them. Going to put your mouth on the bench and go, oh yeah, because when we sub him on for 20 minutes to go, he's going to do well. Give him the 90.
I want him that 20 minutes.
Established, aren't he?
Dowman should be established. What more has he got to prove?
I'm not. Listen, you know what? Let's ask you guys in the comments.
Yeah.
Does Dowman start?
Yeah.
Dowman start or Dowman off the bench impact? Wait, so you two, where are you?
I think I might be with you, Dad. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie.
As long as I'll accept it if you're saying Saka. Please don't tell me Madueke.
Yeah. If Saka's fit for me, I always want Saka to start.
I just think Dowman off the bench.
I just think I do.
So what we're saying is like you're saying if it's out of Madueke and Dowman, you're going to go Madueke. Is that what you're saying?
I'd start Madueke because I just feel that I feel if
I don't think they're seeing it.
No, I don't know, like, you know what I mean.
Run off the set like.
I think they like singing the song. Noni Madueke, I think they like singing it.
I thought Madueke had a very good game the other night, though.
He had a very good game. He had a good game. Was he man of the match?
The stand.
No, he wasn't a man in the match. But
when Dowman plays, he's man of the match.
Who's the best attacking player?
Dowman. Dowman's been our best attacking player.
No, the other night, who was the best attacking player? Before the late subs come on, who was the best?
Noni Madueke.
Come on, Lee, man. You've been very biased there. He was the best attacking player. I know.
We didn't have much to go for. One was playing
football.
One never got a kick, and the other one was sort of playing anywhere but wide.
He was beating. He was better than.
Well, I'll tell you what. He
was beating players. He was taking people on.
Martinelli done more than him in 20 minutes.
Hold on. His distribution on the corners were good. He had a good game.
Hit the crossbar. Are we forgetting that?
He hit the crossbar. He had a decent game the other night.
Standards. They're here for Madueke. I've never disputed. I think he's our best winger. Like no one comes close to him in beating a man. I don't that. In terms of getting fans off the seat, especially when you're in a stadium, I actually really understand it. Because when you're in a stadium, you like them players that lift you off your feet. And Madueke probably does that more than any of our wingers in terms of he's so good at beating his man.
Dowman lifts you off your feet.
But beating your man and then kicking it off the pitch or running it off the pitch.
Yeah, but he didn't do that the other night.
Yeah, but he's done it in all the other games.
He hasn't done it all the other games.
Madueke, no, I'm standing on... No, he can't play, man. Get him out of him, man.
If this close game,
Dowman.
Who would make more of an impact off the bench? Dowman or Madueke?
Off the bench? Oh, I'd sub someone else on Saka.
I see.
I'll sub Saka on.
I suppose Saka's not fit.
I think you're moving goalposts.
If Saka's not fit, then...
You've got to win the game. But what are you saying then? You're saying against Bournemouth, just keep it tight for 20 minutes and then release
that's
Dowman.
not
I'm not saying keep it tight.
Well, what are you saying then?
I'm not saying keep it tight at all. I'm saying that I just feel...
You prefer to play Madueke over Dowman?
I just feel that...
I think Madueke would start
at this moment in time, Dowman, just my personal opinion, I might be wrong.
Yeah.
You guys might be right. I just think Dowman... listen, if Dowman starts on the weekend, I'm not going to be angry with that.
I'm just saying that I just feel... conversation now.
I just feel that the same with Dowman and Martinelli, those two players off the bench are a serious threat.
I want a serious conversation. You're a footballer now, right? Yeah, you're playing for, I don't know, Milton Dons, whatever they are, right? You know what I mean, right? MK Dons, right?
Milton Dons.
You're going to see the manager, right? Yeah. No, you're not starting because you're an impact player. You're coming on for 20 minutes.
Do you know what?
And he goes, I'm your best player.
Do you know what example
I'm your best player. I'm your best player, boss.
Do you know what example we could use? There's another Premier League team that are kind of a similar situation is Liverpool. They've got that Rio Ngamoa who's every time he's come on, he's been brilliant. He comes on as a last-minute sub against Newcastle, scores a win. He's probably been their most dynamic winger. But the reality is, I know Mo Salah's not having a great season, but Mo Salah's Mo Salah. You understand why that kid maybe is not getting a look in, because at the same time, seniority is also important. It's also about, you do also have to trust your senior players.
That's why they're on the table.
I know, but
you
do also have to trust your senior players. You also do have to have a bit of faith in them. Like, I know that. None in Madueke's end product hasn't been great, but I do think at times when he stepped into Saka, he's been good.
What if Saka is fit then? Would you start
if Saka's fit, to me, Saka
I'll start Dowman over Saka, yeah.
Right now, Saka.
Saka's brilliant, and this is not the same argument as I have for Madueke, mainly because the fact Saka has been out for a while, a couple of weeks now. Not really heard much about what's going on. I think the England team,
he said he's got
load management, he's so fatigued. So I think bringing him in straight away is a bit different. I'm not on about his quality, but then you have got on top of the fact the past 2 months when he has been fit, i.e. captain us in a cup final, he's probably one of the worst players on the pitch. So
I mean, you can draw the parallel of look at one of the best players for Bournemouth is that Krupe.
Yeah.
He literally always comes off the bench.
Yeah, he always comes off the bench, essentially.
And he's a young player, isn't he? He's 18, isn't he?
I think he's got the most goals of a young player in the league.
Yeah, and he literally, all the time, they take him off. Because he comes off the bench like when they played against us, he came off the bench and made an impact.
Yeah, but I think the difference is he's competing with Evan Nielsen, who also is scoring.
No, but Krupe's not a striker.
So where's the argument then of, like, which is the argument with the Raya thing over the last few weeks? Play, and you've been on this, play your best team.
Yeah.
Play your best team.
But I still think my best team has Saka in it. So Saka's
I get that, but you're saying that the Madueke's better than Dowman.
No, not really.
You play your best team. You don't want.
But I also
Robbie, you should have a go.
Yeah.
But you don't bring.
I know this is going to sound I really do like Max Dalman, but also you could also say based on the games that he's played in, like he's been the best player. But we've also looked at that whole team like that's not our best team, so we're not going to play the others. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm saying that if we got a cup final,
I'd rather Max Dalman maybe play against.
Dowman plays. If we got Champions League semi-final, the only reason he didn't play, in my opinion, right, that he didn't play yesterday on the game against Sporting because it's 90 minutes. Yeah. That's the only reason. So I think that he.
I was just want you to tell me when you've ever seen an impact goalkeeper come on. No, because he's drawing that parallel. He's saying,
playing your best team.
And when we didn't play our best team, look what happened.
That's right. Thank you very much. Jay.
I do also think
Robbie's just trying to be Robbie.
As I said, listen, if I'm playing my best team, right, on Saturday, right, I would start Martinelli on the left because I think out of the two left wingers, he's the better of the two. Out of him, he scored more goals. He's right, but I know that guy is always better off the bench.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm saying.
I think what we should do on Saturday, and this is like, we play Ødegaard in midfield, right? And with 20 minutes to go, we bring on Declan Rice.
Yeah, we'll bring Declan Rice to 20 minutes.
No, but you've defeated the purpose of what he's saying.
Because he's an impact player.
Impact.
Thank you very much.
Quality off the bench.
Quality off the bench.
How is Declan Rice an impact player? When he starts every game and he's brilliant from minute 1 to 90. That's just defeated your
senior player.
Every time he plays.
Yeah, against Southampton.
Use logic now. An established senior player.
Can I just say something about Dowman, please? I know.
Like no one's disrespecting him, but
he started 2 games, Kenny.
Yeah.
And he's only 1 goal off Madueke.
He started 2 games. He's been man and match in both games.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's got one league goal this season. Madueke's got 2, and one of them was a corner that knocked in off the keeper as well.
And that league goal he scored.
I'm not even a go at Madueke, by the way. I'm just saying.
How did that was off the bench? Well, so you could draw that as well.
I'm not. Yeah, of course. I'm saying £50 million winger. Why would we given him his chance?
The 2 games he started, how many goals he scored?
Who, Max Dalman?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Oh, forgotten.
I think Dowman. I think he plays 10 or he plays out wide. He starts
10 or players if he's fit.
I also want to say that the level of pragmatism we're going to come up against in a Premier League game at the start of a game is completely different than coming on when someone's knackered at 90 minutes.
I'll get that.
So when we're asking Max Dalman to come up against potentially Trufer, who's been such an incredible fullback this season, against Bournemouth. So when Max Dalman has 3 man on him like Saka does every game, and you guys are sat here crying saying, "Oh, why didn't he get past?" I actually do agree in the sense that maybe he should come off the bench. It doesn't have to be in the last 10 minutes. He could come off the bench in the last 30 minutes or the last 45. I don't mind that. But I don't think. But my best team has Saka in it. My best team has Saka in it.
There you have the full logic.
If Saka's fit, Saka plays. If Eze's fit, Eze plays. Do you know what I mean? I've said that all season.
We'll see what the manager...
Man still weren't doubling up on him.
And anyhow we play Max Dalman, we don't win that game. You two will be here crying, why is this player not playing? The same way you did against Southampton. Where's Declan Rice when you've been crying all season that you shouldn't be coming to them type of games?
So should be on the bench.
You two would be the same people here crying about it.
Off the pitch against again.
But Max Dalman did that against Southampton. He also did the same thing.
63 times this season.
So what's your difference? To me, Saka fit, Saka starts. Eze fit, Eze starts. Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié.
Kenya's going down a different route now because
I've been saying that from the jump of this.
We're talking Madueke Dowman.
I said, yeah, but if Saka's fit, Saka starts.
That's a different argument. That's a different argument.
Yeah, maybe I would play Madueke. Then maybe I would because he's a more senior player.
Right now, from Robbie's message, Saka is my fit.
Bring Max Dalman on for the last 30 minutes. If Saka's fit, this argument is finished. There's no argument.
So Saka's fit. He starts, right?
Simple.
But for me,
just as your best team.
No, because I think Max Dalman is better right now. I don't think in the future he's a starting
Saka
player.
does not deserve to start at the moment.
I think right now as an impact player.
Do you know what this reminds me of a bit? When we played Man United last season and everyone was there, Ethan Nwaneri has to start, and he started against Man United, and it was just maybe a bit too soon for him, and he got hooked at half time, and it killed his confidence for a couple of games. Let's just I just think you also, what are we talking about? Why are we acting like Ethan wasn't praised as this wonder kid when he first jumped through?
Level.
Why? No. Why are we acting? What are you talking about, Jack? Ethan Nwaneri is the youngest ever Premier League player for a reason. Why are you acting like he's some average Joe?
Nwaneri is very, very good.
Why are you acting like he's a bum?
I've not seen nothing.
No, but Jack is talking like
unreal.
Yeah, he's unreal, but we're also acting like Ethan Nwaneri is a bum. No. Yeah, you are. You basically are. Why are we acting? Ethan Nwaneri is the youngest Premier League player for a reason. He was touted as one of the best young talents at the time as to why he's come in. Okay, and Ethan Nwaneri scored against PSV in a 7-1 winner.
Yeah,
so what is your point?
Against Everton once again. My point is that
what's your point?
Nwaneri is quality player. But Dowman's
all right.
That's my point.
We argue about this for ages. I'm going to leave it to the people in the comments to decide. What we got to get to do now is we've got to get into our predictions.
So now,
let's get the table up. Right,
42 points.
You're going to have to go in for Curtis.
By the way, that's minus points. By the way, that's got to be minus points for Curtis.
No, it's Easter. It's Easter holidays, isn't it?
Is it?
I'm giving my man a.
Easter was last week.
Is this favouritism?
I do like Curtis, yeah.
I don't.
I remember you sat here, you sat on the sofa, I'd give that cap minus. It's because you're in front now, you're like, don't worry about Curtis, he's at the bottom, you don't need him. If that was me, take his points away. He's catching me up.
Curtis is my man, he looks
He's a bully, man.
He's a bully. All right, go on, we'll give us your...
2-0.
Shot. Starting to sound like Ty, you are.
I just think the way we play at the moment is this 1-0s, 2-0s. That's how I see it. I'm sorry.
If we win,
1-0 shot.
I don't know, mate. It depends who's playing right wing. 1-0.
Shock.
Yeah, there we go. 1-0.
I'll say 2-1 Arsenal. It's a game for midfielders.
2-0 as well. I fancy 2-0 for this game. Right, so let's see what happens. Listen, any of those come in, we're good.
We're good. We'll take it. A win's a win.
Let's get our comments.
Love the comments.
Yeah, just because everyone was attacking me.
What's that mean?
Because I was the only one speaking positive. You know what the thing is about that thing, right? On Sunday, I was the only one speaking positively and saying, what about Everyone was this.
I heard you
let's not
screaming
bother with the
from
Champions
upstairs.
League. Right?
You know that?
Look,
you know that, Lee?
Can I?
That
I heard you. I could hear you screaming at my dad from upstairs.
I've got two. Can I do the first one?
Go on then.
This is the first one. Death,
That's on this one.
taxes, and Robbie making excuses for Arteta.
There you go. Is anyone going to big him up for his? No,
Yeah.
they're not. He was rubbish.
Yeah, exactly.
There's people even saying get rid of him, even if.
Exactly.
Did you not have that conversation with me that people said that even you was disgusted? The people were saying if he even won the Champions League and the Premier League, they still get rid of him.
Yeah, there's people, loads of people have been saying that on my group chats and all that. Like,
Absolute nonsense.
Saying that even if he wins, one of the things is a lot of people are saying if we win the league, that's not enough. People are saying if they win both, it's not.
And most of those fans, if you went to them at the start of the season and said who's going to win the league, they'd all have said Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree. I don't agree with it. I do get that. You know what I mean? That Mikel is not. You know, he can be criticised. And listen, I criticised him on Saturday, but I praised him on Tuesday. You know.
I'm not saying you.
Why are you flip flop?
I do like. As Robbie says, I mean, I couldn't even wear my flip flops because I would have been slaughtered.
What, the Havionas?
You know, even the weather was bad. But the other one I've got is like, you know. I love this one.
Oh, I was going to read this. Okay,
you want to read
No, it's all right. Go on. This will be our joint comment. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
FES 999. Guys, welcome to the Robbie Show. The other three are just there listening.
You know what? You need to listen.
Yeah. Go on, Jack. Put another now in, please.
I want to keep my job, so we got a comment here from Lionsden 6040. That Lee. Biggest flip-flop. I'm with Robbie here. No way do you rest Rice for the Champions League. What a crazy take, Lee. Lee, jump back on the positive train. We're watching you, Lee.
Yeah. Rest Rice for the Champions League. And what did he say at the start of the show? I had him as my man of the match.
Yeah. And I had another one here from...
Have the honest Lee judges.
I had another one quick from Franklin Okechukwu, who is in Ghana right now, who said, big up the boys. Always watching the pod. Thank you for putting it out there.
You're an absolute letdown, Jack. You really are.
Hey, you got to have some balance sometimes.
A real letdown.
It's all right.
You talk about me and Curtis behind the camera.
You ready?
Yeah,
politics.
All right, final one. Ashish says, Ashish, right? Ashish, yeah, right? He says, Cecil, be careful. You might get beaten up by Lee.
That's not nice.
I can beat Cecil up.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of people that, you know, were concerned for his safety after last week.
What's going on with you?
Me and Cecil were good.
That's my bro.
I actually look back at that, right? You know what I mean? And they didn't even tell me they'd started it. Like, just that was a little bit of a wind up. Like, you know what I mean? Making me look bad straight away. Like, I'm just sitting
because
and
you
waiting.
just drifted off.
I just did off. I was just waiting for his turn.
The funniest part about that, I swear, I don't even know if it was captured because I've not even had a chance to watch the video back fully yet, right?
Police.
Is it in it?
Yeah, the police thing where they thought it was a fight.
There's 4 police who come running round, right? And they're looking like this, like, what's going on? And then they realise we're just doing interviews and that, and then they sort of turn around and go, oh, okay, guys, right? It's because they heard him. I tell you, it's the fun. I've not looked, I've got to look back on the video and see if those police are in there. If they are,
they are in there.
Are they? We'll have to get that for the next show.
So
it was so funny. It was so funny. But guys, we've come to the end of the
Great show.
Great show. Let's hope and pray. We didn't even talk about
Believe.
You know, let me just quickly get your predictions on that. Can Chelsea do anything against City?
Chelsea believe 1-1. Do it again.
Do you know what?
Leave.
I know this sounds silly. I think that Chelsea can, but depends on what happens in our game. I think if we beat
will they? Probably not.
Liam Rosenior parked that.
Why did Rosenior drop
Exactly.
Enzo Fernandez for this game? What kind of stupidness is they need to win that as well.
What are you doing?
There's no logic to it. But anyway, we'll see. But listen, guys, thank you very much for watching the show today. Don't forget to get those comments in. We love them. Even the ones slagging me off. Listen, we still like to read them, right? So get those comments into us. Kenya, thank you very much for sitting in. Thank you very much to Lee. And thank you to you, Jack, and to everybody out there who's been following the show faithfully. We will be back on Sunday, right, following that game against Chelsea and Man City. Hopefully, Chelsea have done a job for us, but the most important thing, we need to do our job, and let's hope we do it.
Come on, Arsenal. Oh, he sacks. He absolutely sacks. I tell you what, like, I've stuck up for him with his pizza eating stuff and all that.
£5 isn't bad.
Hey, this cost of living.
That is so funny.
That's brilliant.